I just want to say it's 3:30 in the morning here.
My God.
I was so excited to get up so early. So please excuse me, I'm having my coffee.
It's okay. Please go ahead. It
Yeah,
would you lie down and take the session as well. It doesn't matter.
thank you.
Okay. So, first of all, welcome to the energy briefing for the next 3 months. Now, before we move ahead, why is this important? From your perspective, why is this session important? How does this help you? How does being here help you? You all can unmute and let's discuss it a little bit.
Because if the energy is shifting quickly and uh, on some day the energy is high or some low, so we can understand our behavior, like how is it impacting us in our mood swings, or the people around us, they might be behaving according to the energy shift also. So we should not be too quick to judge them at that point of time.
Yes. What else? Good, Swati. What else?
To get a perspective of what is going to come ahead.
Right, to get a perspective of what is supposed to come ahead. Because, the biggest problem is that, whatever we are talking about, like, if you'll see one thing, the energies have been very, very volatile these days. Day to day, half a day to half a day, 4 hours, 5 hours, the energies are shifting very quickly. And more than that, what's also happening is that they are taking us into a very, very specific direction. However, if you see August, September, October, and November, each of these months is going to come up with a totally new set of energies, but the end result is going to be the same. Ultimately, next year, we are going to be looking at a lot of DNA activation and core pattern healings from our past life wounds. And everything that we are facing now is taking us directly towards that. It's taking us exactly towards that. So, what we are going to talk about is the perspective of whatever channeling I have done, my perspective of what is going to come. And of course, I'm going to integrate this with some other specialists of this field who have also given their own judgments and their own channeling information of what looks to be coming forward. So, as we all know, 2020 से जब COVID हुआ, we've been looking at a very, very fast paced, accelerated evolution of the human DNA and human consciousness. The entire COVID took us into a space wherein हम बहुत जल्दी align करने लग गए towards a spiritual path. And that has led us and humanity into a space where we have to shift from the third dimensional reality to the fifth dimensional reality. And if you all remember, what is the biggest proof? The Earth changing its axis, which has been proven by NASA, not now, but back in 2018, proves the fact that the Earth's vibration has changed. Now, humanity has to come up to that vibration because you can't live on a higher dimensional planet in a lower dimensional energy. So, the Earth shifted from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, and now humanity has to align to it. Many people also like to say this is in alignment with the transition phase of Kalyug to Satyug. However, there are multiple schools of thoughts around that. So we won't touch that because calculation differs from schools of thoughts and philosophies. Some people are saying this is the first 500 years of the Kali Yuga. Some are saying this is the last 105 years of the Kali Yuga. Whatever it is, we will not be here till the end of Kali Yuga. So we'll leave it where it is. We are going to worry about the next 3 months for now. And then we are going to resit for another energy recap in November to tap into December, January, and February. So instead of taking it full year, we'll take it quarterly for ourselves or maybe monthly so that we are more aligned to what's going on in our life. Now, the human DNA has 12 strands. There are supposed to be 2 strands, which are the X and Y chromosome or the parental genetics. However, apart from that, science has said that the rest of the 10 strands are junk DNA. But as per spirituality and quantum physics, it is the junk DNA that holds all the messages and all the roots of all the possibilities and potential of our reality. It is this junk DNA which has your imprints of karma, your ancestry, your epigenetics, your potential of starseed systems, your interstellar roots, as well as the divine feminine and the divine masculine codes within. So DNA activation का जो ये process है, this has been ongoing sporadically since 2020, where layers of passive DNA have been activating and opening. Now, please remember one thing, DNA is never in an inactive state. It simply becomes passive due to layer of conditioning coming on top of it. So because our DNA gets conditioned due to environmental conditioning, karma conditioning, our own womb conditioning, environmental conditioning, तो क्या होता है? वो ऐसे की ऐसे layers चढ़ती जाती है. And the DNA loses its strength and impact to connect with the rest of the body and mind and give it instructions on how it should behave. So DNA activation is basically a clearing of all these traumas, debris, toxins around the DNA strand and bringing them back to their own natural potential. This year, for the last 1 month, I would say this started hitting on, say, about the 22nd or the 23rd of July. Since then, everything that we are doing, we're seeing a massive shift where parts of your reality seem to be collapsing. And please remember one thing, a building cannot be constructed till the old building has broken down. So this will keep on happening till we break down fully and we realign ourselves. Now, the good thing is there is a positive note at the end that we will realign. The bad thing is to see your reality breaking apart in all areas of your life, one after the other or together, is not an easy job. And for most of you here, bodies are tired, drained out, you're feeling burnt out totally. There's a mental fog. You don't know where to go, what to do. If you have ideas, you're not being able to push yourself because the body does not allow you to move beyond that segment. You're working hard, but money is not coming in. Everything seems to be aligned, but things are just not converting. It's not execution nahi ho pa raha hai. Alignment nahi ho pa raha hai. So fundamentally speaking, if we consider everything that's going on, it becomes very, very important for us to understand and align with these energies and know which tools you all can use with what. This is not a pitching session. This is not a sales session. This is only an informative session. So if you all have any questions about tools, techniques, please go and talk about them with your mentors, with your senior alumni, or later with me, but not here. Because truly, this is more about just prepping you up for what is to come. Now, August till date, from 1st to the 21st, and this will continue into the next 9 days, is going to feel like there are 2 months packed up in one. It's as if time has accelerated, the pace of everything is accelerating, and you can't manage it. Too many things are happening together. Opportunities are also opening up that way. ऐसा लग रहा है हम संभाल नहीं पा रहे चीजों को. Things are overwhelming at a mental level, emotional level, and for those who are professionally working, it might seem to be at a physical level as well. And one of the core reasons is because bodies are burning out. Now, remember one thing, whenever a DNA activation process starts, the first thing that bears the pain of it is the physical body, because the DNA resides within the body. So all of you will be feeling somewhere or the other symptoms of old illnesses popping up. Mentally, emotionally, or physically. If you've been down with migraines, migraine के symptoms आ रहे होंगे, migraine आए या नहीं आए. If you've been constantly dealing with anxiety and panic, it will seem as if you are being anxious without truly being anxious. So it's a very it's a midway state जिसका कोई term नहीं है हमारे पास. But the whole idea is this is leaving our minds also confused because we don't know how to deal with it. Now, in such a situation, please remember EFT becomes a very, very important tool along with heart-brain coherence. Heart-brain coherence is a tool which was created by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And there are 1 or 2 meditations on heart-brain coherence on YouTube. Just follow the meditation, that's enough for now. Remember one thing, because the time feels as if it's accelerated. I don't know in which group we were talking, but we were discussing this. Aisa lag raha hai today is, we just stepped into on 1st January, we stepped into January, now it's already the end of August. The year is flying by. So don't try and run with the time. You won't be able to manage it. But what you need to do is balance your own experience of it, which means choose what you want to engage into. You can't fight this war, remember? It's not a war to be fought. Number 2, there is a lot of compassion with anger coming up. And this is coming up because anger is surfacing right now as a sign of healing and as a force to protect the heart. Now, here I don't mean the heart chakra. I mean whatever grief you're holding on to, whatever beliefs you're holding on to. This is the time to let go of the beliefs. But all the anger is showing up right now, passively, softly, and in some cases very aggressively, to stop you from letting it go, because the body feels and the brain feels it's not safe. Again, EFT and Ho'oponopono can truly help you here. Ho'oponopono से ज़्यादा better कोई चीज़ नहीं है जो इस compassion और heart anger को manage कर पाएगी. As of now, if I'm not wrong, many of you would be feeling an identity shift. Again, the question arises who you were, who you are, and who you want to become. In such a situation, guys, reflect. Answers are within you. You don't have to go out. Who you were was your choice at one point of time, born from trauma. Who you are is based on your experiences, and who you will become is your choice. The answer is within. Spend time with yourself. And do not get worried if during a meditation you can't sit still, you're getting very, very obnoxious thoughts, you're getting very haphazardly upset. I know it's happening. I know it's happening. It's okay, whatever is happening. Just take each day as it comes. All that is happening is just your experience. Allow it to let it go. Also, two very important things that have showed up for me for the next 15 days, I would say. Any system of control where you feel I can control this or I would like this to happen in such a manner is being broken. Wherever you choose to do this, essay, the universe is going to make you open your fist and let it go. So instead of trying to control, try to channel. Try to direct, give direction. The more you direct, the lesser the aspect of control. And when you don't want to control anything, you'll start co-creating with the current energies. Also, the second thing that I talked about, which is very, very evident now, and I think this will continue till perhaps the 10th or the 12th of September, maybe even longer, is a sense of disconnection and dissociation. Which means you're not victim necessarily, you're not feeling victimized, but you're in a very passive state. कुछ हो रहा है तो अच्छा है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है तो अच्छा है. You don't want to rock the boat, not because you're scared of it, but because there is a sense of acceptance and there's a sense of disconnection from the life, from general life around you, from people also around you. आपको ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है कि I need to bother. This is a temporary state, by the way. So don't get worried. Nothing is wrong with you. We are all going through the same thing. Everything will look as if theek hai. Jo ho raha hai, theek hai. And that's a good space to be in right now, because you truly need to take one day at a time. But one thing that will also show up in the next 7 to 8 days is you will have to take a stand for yourself. Situations have already started arising, jahan par kuch ho raha hai, and you've been passive. But the next 10 to 12 days will shake that up, where you'll have to make a decision. And you'll have to stand up for your own rights, sense of justice, sense of what you want. Again, remember, because it's a time of compassion, don't do it because you want to prove others are wrong. Don't do it because you want to prove you are right. Simply do it because you know you are right and this is the right path for you. Do it with the right intention. The results might be a little, the situation or the surface level might be a little turbulent, but calm ho jayega. For the next 10 days, only and only work with the question, what can I let go of? What am I ready to shed? Which part of my old identity am I willing to leave? If you stick with that question, you'll realize that there are some parts of you which is becoming obsolete and it's okay to let them go. Truly speaking. So if we see positive, if we look at the positive of what we'll have in the, what we will experience in the next 10 to 12 days, 15 days perhaps, is going to be an extreme powerful energy surge, more acceleration of time. You'll have opportunities to devise your personal boundaries, emotional boundaries. And remember, boundaries are not offensive, they are defensive. They are just there to protect you and they are fluid. You can change them, you can recreate them as per need, and you will need to release old patterns of control. The challenges that you will find, you will feel, which I'm sure ye already chal raha hai. So this is something which has been ongoing as of now. A sense of physical burnout, insomnia. Bodies are tired, but you can't sleep. You lie down, but you're not truly asleep. Even if you're in a deep sleep, you don't feel rested. There's a sense of fatigue, which is bone deep in the body. Mentally, overthinking and overwhelm can be certain ways of being for a few of you. Emotionally, either you'll be very detached, but with that detachment, anger will come. Or you will be, like juggling between the polarity of compassion and anger. When it comes to money and work, as of now, results will be sporadic, but they'll be there. You'll get enough to complete your kharcha, but you might not be able to save. But this will differ from person to person because the money aspect and the work aspect is going to hit in phases for various people. It depends on which karmic package that you've come down with and how does the energies align with that. So for some people, the money realities will be hit now in October, for some in September, for some in October, for some in November, and for some even in December. So this is going to be something on a personal basis, custom created by the universe itself. So we can only wait and see. However, just remember, even if your realities are being hit, at the end of the month, you'll have just enough to resolve all your expenses and take care of you. ज़्यादा नहीं भी होगा तो कम नहीं पड़ेगा. But हाँ, excessive नहीं होगा. In relationships, be careful of conflicts. Small conflicts, big conflicts, any kind of conflicts. The best way right now is to keep quiet and away from it. Anytime a conflict happens, start blessing the conflict for showing up because it's there to show you what you need to release. Do not engage in verbal wars. This is not the right time. Till the end of October, any form of conflicts should be avoided by everybody because this is a very, very turbulent time, not just from the perspective of energy, but also from planetary movements because of eclipses and many other things which are going to happen. So just be careful. And if you truly need to make a stand for yourself, don't do it out of anger. Do it out of choice that this is the right path for me. Spiritually, please remember, you will be perceiving too much, some of which could be wrong, some of which could be right. Ground yourself well. Grounding becomes extremely needed and follow a daily discipline to help you stay connected with your realities. Do not become disconnected. Some of the tools that I thought could fit into all that is happening is EFT, Ho'oponopono, which we've already discussed. Apart from that, body talking. Body talking will help you deal with your bodily physical symptoms of burnout, tiredness, fatigue, feeling, overwhelmed with everything in your reality, and cord cutting to let go of the old. These can be some good tools for you to use in a daily practice. Apart from this, Vedic switch words for clarity of mind, for peace, for taking care of your own mindset will be a good tool for you. That's it for August. Okay, I'll do all the 4 months and then come back to your questions. Is that okay? Great. So, September. September brings in a very, very powerful eclipse on the 7th of September and then again on the 21st of September. 7th of September is a lunar eclipse based on Pisces. And the solar eclipse that happens will be influenced by Virgo. Apart from that, we have the 15-day period of Pitra Paksh, and after that, the Navratri period, where the divine feminine in the Navdurga Roop will be predominant. This period, because of the dual phase of eclipses, is going to be an extremely turbulent phase emotionally and mentally. As we always know, whenever an eclipse comes, it brings with it a lot of transformation, which become very difficult for most of us to manage. Either you go into an extreme state of stagnation or an extreme state of movement. जो भी होगा वो ठीक आपको एक बार तो नहीं अच्छा लगेगा, ये मेरी गारंटी है. Either ways, please remember September, half of September, obviously, till the 21st can be a little slow for some of you, work-wise, but opportunities will start opening up. Again, during this phase, please keep a few things in mind. Ancestral patterns and karmas related to ancestral lineages will be opening up one after the other for you to be for you to heal. Now, one thing, please remember this year, because the first and the last day of Pitra Paksh has an eclipse. Anybody who lost their family members in accidents, in illnesses, in front lines, can use these 2 days to help them ascend into a more powerful state in their journey. So if you feel that some part of them is stuck in any realm, you can use this period for them to move forward in life. And onto their spiritual journeys, this becomes a very powerful space for you. Work with all your lost ancestors, people who we don't know about, but souls who could not get the right rituals at the time of death, or who have been forgotten. Children who died due to miscarriages or abortion, or simply a parent's choice of not wanting to have a child. Work with these energies and you'll see a lot of changes will happen. This year, when it comes to ancestral healing, another very strong portal is going to be for land trauma healing. So all the people who are struggling with land issues, property nahi bik rahi, property kharid nahi pa rahe, or ownership nahi mil raha hai, inheritance nahi mil raha hai, work on this from the ancestral perspective again. If it is in your ancestral trauma bank balance, you can work on it and heal it. If you truly want to prepare for October, November, and December, when manifestation energies will start stepping in, please remember, clearing through the divine feminine energies, Navdurga becomes a very powerful space for us to tap into the energies of clearing, because the Virgo solar eclipse on 21st is going to help you to reset your routines, reset the energy systems for at least once. So immediately from 22nd, since Navratri starts, the Navdurga energies can help you to heal and release anything which is stuck or which you're not being able to let go. And after that, you can immediately begin with the manifestation of whatever you would like to create, so that release or stagnation will give you time to plan. Navratri will give you time to release and clear, and then manifestation and creation happens immediately after. So you're already setting up the fields and sowing your crops for the next season to come in. Ancestral altars, spiritual or physical, are a good way. Eclipses should be used to release energies, patterns of ancestral deaths, ancestral trauma, ancestors being stuck in any realm. Alongside that, energies of black magic, energies of curses, oaths, vows, fealties, and promises. This becomes a very powerful state for you to deal in. Energies that you can tap into during the month of September is the Navdurga energy first and foremost. You can tap into any kind of trauma healing tools, including psychotherapy, EMRT, to help you during the periods of eclipses, because trauma healing ke liye ek bahut acha period hota hai. Ancestral healing during the eclipse, along with any form of clearing of imprints of negativity, harm, and black magic, would be the core agenda for September. The basic challenges that seem to be in September, coming up in September, is going to be anything that you're not willing to give up is going to resurface with a bang. If you're not willing to prioritize yourself and your growth, it's going to come up. Markets can be volatile, and that includes your stocks also, that includes your work also, general work. Mentally, you might be during a very, very like a state of brain fog. Be careful. Physically, bodies would want to perform but will not be able to perform. Expect a lot of sleep disruptions, which is a pattern which is continuing since last month. Emotionally, the grief that you will show is going to be more related to your lineage than to your own. But remember one thing, whatever shows up in your lineage is also part of your reality. So usko aap puri tarah se ignore nahi kar sakte. So heal yourself well, work on heart-related grief, suffocation of not being able to speak, not being able to breathe, not being able to, create what you want to create, and things should become better slowly. Remember, don't push yourself during this month, rather flow with it. Don't have an agenda कि मैंने ये सब चीजों को लेकर heal करना है. Work on it as possible. One step at a time. Then we come to October. October energy is Diwali, सबसे पहले तो. So this is going to bring to you an integration phase. तो एक ebb के बाद एक plateau आएगा. Now this plateau is going to give you peace, little peace, I would say, till October 22nd. And when I'm saying peace, it simply means it's not going to be volatile, but it is going to be slightly passive. Things will remain optimistic, lekin maybe the results will not come to you immediately in October, but in November or December. Because this will, if the 1st of October or by the 5th of October, we'll see the eclipse energies fading off. So a sense of post-eclipse tiredness, fatigue might be there. You might feel a state of emotional inertia where you just don't want to take responsibility of anything. Mentally, there could be a sense of distraction. This distraction can also be because of the festival season in India, but it will be there. Remember one thing, this month of October will be very powerful for relationships, because any relationship which will not be to your highest good will slowly start fading. You will start suddenly seeing a disconnection from such people in your life, and some of them might even start walking away without any conflict. Spiritually, please be very, very careful, because this month promises to bring the energy of spiritual bypassing, which means you will use the spiritual tools as an escape mechanism rather than as truly going within and evolving with them. Please remember that. And it might create a sense of attachment to the old way of being. Here, burning bowl ceremonies, burning bowl rituals are going to be amazing for you. Use body talking to make sure that your mind, body, and emotions are aligned with each other. Use cord cutting to disconnect with all forms of confusion, chaos, and distraction within you. Use EFT to balance your mind and emotions. But apart from all of this, please remember one thing. Create a very, very disciplined, energetic hygiene for yourself. Ye zaruri hai. This month, October, will be better money-wise in comparison to September or to August as well. But please remember, it's going to be a plateau where things will start stabilizing. It's not going to go on a peak yet. Peak aayega, thoda aur aage. Be careful of yourselves. Be careful of what you do. And remember, you'll have to embody the new spiritual learnings that you learn. So again, being grounded becomes very, very important. You'll start having more clarity after the 22nd of October, the 28th of October. You'll have more clarity in mind. You'll start seeing the exact path where you want to walk. Overall, things will become more streamlined between 22nd to 28th. But my perspective, but my understanding says 28th के बाद ही ज़्यादा change आएगा. उसके पहले नहीं आएगा. Now, with November, will be another very important planetary change, because Pluto comes into Aquarius. At least that's what the astrologer told me. And Uranus comes into Gemini, which means it will reshape your reshape power and communication within. It also will bring karmic cycles to an end, and it will allow new seeds to be sown, and whatever seeds have already been sown to start coming into shape, and harvest. This month, in fact, is going to give you more abundance and renewal. So if you want to truly manifest something, forget about manifesting September and October, manifest your November directly. What you're looking for forward in November is going to be, creativity. You're going to have inspired vision, inspired action. The energies of manifestation will be strong, so money goals will be achieved easily, or rather more easily in comparison to these 2-3 months. Spiritually, you will be more clear about what you're doing. There'll be a sense of renewal in the body instead of the fatigue and tiredness. Karmically, old cycles will have already closed and you'll be opening new cycles. Of course, when you close old cycles and open new ones, there is a sense of emotional exhaustion. But again, that's a small phase, a very, very small phase. Be careful when you go out into the public during October and November, because it is that time of, during these periods of time, you'll find yourself hooking on to people's energies or people will hook on to you. So, cord cutting, once again, to disconnect with them, shielding and protection, energetic hygienes needs to be very well planned and executed. Please take care of yourselves when it comes to your physicality and your mind. And remember one thing, manifestation becomes the key of November. So, 2 महीना मुश्किल है हमारे लिए, September and October, but November is going to bring back things into place for us. Just use your tools, use whatever you need to use, do whatever you need to do, and you'll get there. Energetic hygiene, Ishita, is basically just like we have a physical hygiene where we brush our teeth, take a bath. Energetic hygiene is how to manage your energies, how to shield yourself, protect yourself, cleanse your auric fields, and make sure that your energies are in perfect alignment all the time. Right? Now you all can unmute yourself and one by one ask any questions, because this is the update and this is what is going to come up. Apart from that, please remember, anytime there are 2 eclipses, what is going to happen? There is going to be a lot of turbulence in the world outside. So watch less news, less political news, less global news, less warfare news. Well, if you want, you can totally disconnect yourself from there as well and remain happy within your own cocoons, but stay disconnected from the violence within and without. Yes. Also, water-related problems might occur in the globe. Cyclones, hurricanes, tsunamis, ये तो इस साल का trend है, which I hope does not continue in the next year. So be careful of water. Also be careful of water that you drink and that you consume with your food, in your cooking, everywhere. When you travel, please take care that you are drinking and using safe water. Because any kind of a disbalance in water energies in the external will show up as diseases, illnesses, water infections, urine infections in the body. So all the people who do Panchatattva balancing or the element balancing can also work on that. That will help. Predominantly, if you see one thing, emotionally, we are going to be in a very, very volatile state throughout this year. Therefore, moon cycles will become a very, very predominant aspect of our being. Moon impacts the energy of the water, and 75% of our body is made of water. So the more you align with the cycles of the moon, the more your bodies will stabilize emotionally and with the water element within. इतना याद रखना सब लोग. Overall, I would say it's not that bad. We've gone through the worst. 2 ही महीने रहते हैं, पूरा साल निकल गया. ये भी निकाल लेंगे यार. We'll deal with this also. अब तो 2 ही महीने बचे हैं, only 60 days left. So if you all are very worried about what's going to happen, have a calendar with 60 days, cross off one day and you'll realize this too shall pass for us. Anything you all want to discuss, ask, please go ahead. क्या सोच रहे हो इतना बुरा है? How to align with the moon cycle? Well, there are multiple ways, Shilpa, of aligning with the moon cycles. There are 8 phases of the moon and you have to align with them independently, one by one. Each moon cycle brings in something different. How you tap into the energies, first you have to see how your energies tap into the moon cycle and work with the moon cycle. Then you work on how to align it. So it's a process. It's a full process. Any other question from anybody? Please go ahead. Yes, Sangeeta ji.
Hi, Shweta, and many, many happy returns of the day.
Thank you
Happy
so
birthday.
much.
Okay, so I just wanted just a small this thing, like we are traveling next month, which is September, from 10th to 20th, 22nd. Any guidance, any precaution to be taken?
So one thing I would recommend is please go ahead, use your Vedic switch words. You have Vedic switch words for safe travel. Since you've done Vedic switch words, I'm coming from there. Use the right switch words for health, balancing and maintaining of health regularly. Ho'oponopono practice can help you shield. Use shielding. Shield your home before you leave and shield all your family members before you leave. Also, set up the right Vedic switch words in all your luggage bags to avoid any form of delays, thefts, missing pieces of luggage, etc.
Okay, thank you.
Apart from that, my only suggestion would be just surrender to the divine and take what comes. Because the core lesson seems to be DNA activation through acceptance and surrender. So, surrender to karna padega.
वो तो कर दिया, इसीलिए बुकिंग कर लिया है already.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Yes, Dr. Rupa.
Ma'am, many, many happy returns of the day. Only for that.
Thank you,
I
Doctor.
came only for that, and have a blast, have a beautiful day, have a beautiful year ahead, and keep guiding us. Keep your blessings on us always.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rupa.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your life with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, ma'am. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Yes, Ishita.
Shweta, happy birthday, and lovely of you to spend time with us today instead of chilling or doing something else.
No, my pleasure. Please tell me.
Anji, I wanted to say that frankly, the 2 next months sound worrisome, and the kind of, I think right now mindset I have is I get very scared very easily. So now I'm like really worried. Like, right, you said that don't try and there are things happening because, like you said, there are tough situations that are happening that need me to maybe take a stand, make decisions, speak up. But you also said कि लड़ाई झगड़ा मत करना या ज्यादा बहस नहीं करना, right? But like what I'm wondering, so frankly, I got a little scared listening to the next 2 months. And how do you suggest? Because this seems to be everybody will face, so it's not just me. I understand that, but now what do I do so that I can safely get through? And I know you said कि Vedic switch words कर लो, EFT कर लो, whatever other things कर लो. But I think in terms of like my mind or my mindset, what do you suggest that we tackle? Because I don't know about others, but it sounded very scary, all of it.
Not scary at all because we've been in this phase throughout this year. Now this phase is coming to an end. Till date, you've been already experiencing this in bits and pieces. One thing you have to realize is for anything new to come into place, the old has to go away. And the old has been broken apart, bit by bit. If you're listening to it softly, if you're not listening to it, then harshly. Now, if situations are happening, you don't have to go into a state of conflict to put up your stand. The whole idea is not to blame others about life. It is about you. You need something. So instead of saying, you did this, say, I did not like this. Can we change this? This is not okay with me. Use empowering context of communication. You don't have to fight and argue all the time to get your point across. See, argument तब होता है जब हमको ये दिखाना है कि तुमने गलत किया, मैंने सही किया. But wherein there are states of life where we just want to tell the other person, this is not okay for me. There is no argument. You can be as quiet and as comfortable in your own body as you are now in the space of a conflict without getting into it. Also, keep one thing in mind. जब कुछ गलत हो रहा होता है ना, तब कई बार हमको नहीं बोलना होता है. Silence is your best weapon. We don't always have to engage in communication to get a resolution. कभी कभी चुप रह के भी हम वो resolution निकाल सकते हैं. What I would like to say is don't touch on any area till it shows up. But when it shows up, truly ask yourself, what is it asking you to heal within? And yes, Sushma ji very rightly said, forewarned is forearmed. Because if you know what's going to happen, you know what not to engage in. And देखो 2 महीने की बात है. At the end of August, things are going to take a shift. With that, mindsets will come across. There are times when you will see things are not happening right, but you don't have to always point it out, right? Work with only those things which are truly not 100%, like you can't live with them. For the rest, just ignore it for a while. दो
I
महीने
think my context is that I actually have a lot of change happening in the next 2 months at work, personal life, like where I'm staying, everything. So now so much change is happening. And in that, if there's also all of these energies at play, I feel that there'll be so much of stretch and pull and push that I may not emotionally or mentally be okay then,
you'll
like
have to
that.
learn how to be.
That's my fear.
There's no other way. You'll learn how to be. It's as simple as that. This time is here to teach you how to accept, allow, and surrender. If you don't do it with choice, life will make you do it.
And like you said, this is maybe this 2 months is an easier lesson for all of us than for us to get beaten by
Because
it.
see, I'm telling you one thing, for people who don't start aligning now, next year is going to be tougher.
नहीं नहीं और tough नहीं चाहिए.
So you have only you have two choices. Align yourself now, rectify your path now, start moving with the flow. अभी वरना अगले साल बम पे लात पड़ेगी और फिर करोगे, करना तो पड़ेगा.
And rectification is, like you said, more in terms of, I wrote this, you repeated discipline and energetic hygiene.
See,
So
discipline, why? Because anything like just like you brush your teeth every day in the morning, that's a discipline, right? So discipline is something that you bring into your life as a routine. So energetic work and spiritual work has to come into your routine in some form. And energetic hygiene is just like you have a dental hygiene, you have a body hygiene, you have a bathing hygiene, you have a hair hygiene and a scalp hygiene. You need to have a energetic hygiene. That's mandatory. And now is the time to bring all of it into, balance and in alignment, Ishita, because very honestly speaking, till 2030, and I've been saying this for the last 3 years, people have gotten tired of it by now. But since I've been talking about this since I think 25 हुआ है ना, 2022 से हम यही बात करते आ रहे हैं, that till 2030 end, we are not looking at an easy time. Things are going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, because it's a new creation. The entire humanity has to evolve. So the faster you evolve, the lesser the problem you face. So the whole idea is not to see it as a negative aspect, to see it as a path that is opening up for you before it's opening up for the others. People globally do not even understand what's happening to them. At least you know about it.
got it. Thank you so much.
Kriti, ancestral blocks को हम clear करते हैं through, see, techniques are not new, but there is a full process of clearing ancestral blocks. You tap into the ancestral blocks and then using various techniques, you work on to the root and you clear them one by one. You have to check whether it's in your ancestral lineage, it's in which ancestral lineage, your husband's, your spouse, in some past life lineage, and then work on it. All of this seems to be very straightforward. It is not so straightforward, unfortunately. It is like detangling 10 balls of wool which have been messed up for the last 10,000 years. No, it is not like PLR. I don't use PLR at all. I have students who use PLR. I am not into PLR. I have learned it, but I don't use it. However, I use techniques of visualization and therapy for the same. Yes, Jasmine.
Happy birthday, firstly, Shweta. And secondly, my question would be that as we are anticipating that the anger may surface, and
Will surface, not may surface, is already surfacing and will surface.
yes, so I was trying to be polite on this part, but yes, anger is surfacing. And I'm trying to understand, to guide people who are in an office situation where there's a lot of pressure and stress. And they have shared with me this thing that it's going beyond their head. They cannot take it any further because internally also changes are happening, which we understand, they don't understand. So they are just asking me, I mean, I am being asked to guide them that how to manage this anger. So what can we guide them? Because they will remain in the same kind of scenario where
Yes.
there is stress, there is pressure from So,
Jasmine.
seniors.
Jasmine, EFT, Hoponopono, and 4-5-6 breath, nothing else.
Okay, and if they don't believe in that, if they are
Then
Christians,
they'll have to learn how to believe in it.
okay, understood. And I totally believe in it, it's
I'm telling you, they'll have to learn how to believe in it because what is within has to come out for balance to be found. See, our anger, all our emotions are like pressure cookers right now.
correct.
ठीक है वो सीटी बजती है वो बाहर निकलता है. The only way to stop that whistle from blowing is to take out the suppressed and the repressed rage within.
Yes,
And for that to come out, they need to channel the rage and the anger, not push it back in and hide it.
yes,
We don't have an option.
correct. Thank you, Shweta.
You're welcome. Yes, anything else? Anyone else? Great. So,
Happy
yes,
birthday, ma'am.
thank you, Sandhya ji. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, ma'am.
Thank you.
May your life also be
Uh,
easy the way you're making ours.
Thank you. My path to
Shweta, would it be okay to ask this question to guide us about the balancing of 5 elements? Is there an easier way, shorter way?
There is nothing short in spirituality. Spirituality is the most repetitive way of living. Just
yes,
like you eat your food every day and you nurture your body, you nurture your soul imprints and your spirit every day of your life. Just like you nurture your kids, you nurture yourself.
yes,
And to balance your elements, you can do breath work, you can work on your chakras, you can work on holotropic, through the holotropic breath,
breath.
food, you can work through so many things. But again, it has to come into your discipline.
Yes, of course, of course.
Nothing comes easy in the world of spirituality, but whatever comes for the rest of your life.
For permanent. Yes, I absolutely agree and I've experienced this thing. Thank you, Shweta.
You're welcome. Yes, Neeraji. Anybody else for any queries?
Yeah, hi Shweta.
Nothing.
If there's one thing or one tool you would like us to leave with, we should not miss doing that every day, would we?
See, I would say it's not about one tool. It depends on what you personally need on that day or in that moment. There is nothing as one tool because dekho, EFT taps into your body, emotions, and mind, right? Chakras tap into your energy bodies, your meridian system, predominantly in your chakra system. Ho'oponopono taps into your spiritual energies. Each tool has its own place in your life and reality, and we can't judge them कि एक ही चीज हमारा कर सकती है. And that's why we have this entire plethora of tools in life. Whatever fits into your need and fulfills your requirement, you should go with it. Because देखो, हम उसको एक थंब रूल के नीचे नहीं डाल सकते कि भूख लगी है तो आप एक ब्रेड का स्लाइस खा लो. दिस इज लाइक दैट. पर अगर ज्यादा भूख लगी तो 10-15 ब्रेड थोड़ी खाओगे, फिर तो आप बोलोगे नहीं प्रोटीन, हैव योर प्रॉपर मील. It's just like that. If you feel thirsty, you'll have water. But if you feel thirsty along with you want to have something nice, you would not have water. You might have nimbu pani, you might have a cold drink, you might have a mocktail. You know? But however, if there is one tool again, which I would suggest is the most usable right now, working across all of these areas, I am working with EMRT predominantly. That as a single tool works on element also, works on planetary impact also, works on the eclipse impact also, and everything else. So that's a good tool to use because mind, emotion, body, ancestral patterns, karmic patterns, womb patterns, epigenetical patterns, EMRT takes care of that. So if you want to work with one single tool only as a thumb rule, then please go with EMRT. But other than that, my suggestion is don't stick to one single thing. Do what you want to do. Use what you need to use. See, because obviously बात है हर जने के पास different tool set है. जो आपके पास है उसमें से tool निकालो ना. I've given you the most common ones.
Right.
So that nobody is handicapped.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ishita, EMRT is emotion mapping reset technique. It's a new technique that we are working on and that we are using very, very diligently these days.
And this you're teaching?
We'll be teaching it in a physical offline retreat in October.
Okay, okay.
You can get the details from any of the seniors, mentors, or alumni of Transcending Beliefs and HHC.
I don't know any seniors, but I'm guessing it'll be shared in one of the WhatsApp groups that we are a part of.
It's already been shared over the last week twice. We've had 2 master classes already. The recordings have also been shared. So,
I'll go check.
yeah. Or you can otherwise WhatsApp me and get the details. Yes, Sanket ji.
Well, ma'am, that EMRT you said, it is not, there was no link in the my WhatsApp group.
Yeah, so
21st
it will not be there. If you can WhatsApp me on the helpline number which is there, we'll share the details with you. The recording of that session along with the details.
Okay, that will be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I guess that is it for today. I'll stop the recording and